This tiny sleep machine is full of features. Let's check it out. Dave Taylor here, and I'm checking out this. In the box is the LectroFan Micro 2 sound machine, and it's a sleep sound machine. It's tiny, but it pumps out a lot of volume. It also works as a Bluetooth speaker. If you get two of them, you can stereo pair them, and you can use that for audio from your phone, from your computer. It's fun if you're watching like a YouTube video or a Netflix on your computer and using these for sound. But of course, fundamentally, it's also a great little sleep machine. So let me unbox it, and then I'll tell you some of the features as we go. Now, this is a professional unboxing tool. Don't try this at home, but we'll go ahead and cut the tape. And really like their packaging. It's clearly a global package with lots of different languages, but easy enough to work with. Pull open the box. And here's something worth knowing is the first thing you're going to see is you're going to see this card that advertises their true wireless stereo with 2 units. And when I first saw it, I thought, okay, that's cool. I have 2 units. But you really want to read that little URL on the bottom because that tells you how to stereo pair the 2 of them. Without this information, you might be a little lost. And you really do want to get 2 of them because it's a really cool effect. So there's that. And then there's the actual instruction guide that has lots of useful information and in multiple languages, but it tells you basic functionality, which is obviously super important. And then the actual device itself, let's go ahead and pull this out. So it looks like this, and you're thinking, oh, that's cute. It looks like a little makeup jar, but gently turn the speaker and you can actually point it at wherever you want. So you can imagine having 2 of them and then they're pointing both towards you. It's a pretty nice effect. Now, there are a bunch of buttons on this, and on one side are all the control buttons, and they are next, previous, pause, play, volume down, and volume up. And then on the other side of the logo is a tiny LED light that gives you some status for if it's Bluetooth paired. When you're charging it, it will tell you that it's still charging or that it's fully charged. And there's the all-important slider switch that in the middle setting is off. And then if you move it to the left, you're now in Bluetooth mode and it's ready to pair. And if you do it to the right, then you get to the sleep sounds. And then finally on the bottom is USB-C. And no big surprise, also in the box is another box. And in that box is a really nice little USB-C to USB-A cable, and I really like the way it's all wound so neatly. So that's our full unboxing, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to just neaten all this up a little bit, and we will just do that. And so we're all set there, and so now what I want to do is I want a Bluetooth pair, but I have 2 of them. So what I want to do first is I want to pair them together. Now my phone's Bluetooth is off, so all I have to do is put one into Bluetooth, put the other into Bluetooth, and then you double push the pause play on either of these devices, and we should hear a very distinctive sound when they are paired. Let's see. Well, let's try that again. There we go. So now it's stereo paired, which is easy enough. So now I can turn on Bluetooth on my phone. Let me go ahead and show you what I'm doing here. So I'll turn on Bluetooth, and I have a lot of Bluetooth devices in my office. So we'll go ahead, and here's the LectroFan Micro 2 Plus, which is the latest generation of the Micro 2. And now I'm fully paired, so now I can go into music, for example, and we can just play some music. All right, the Apple Music app seems to have suddenly lost the ability to push out any audio, even to my own phone. So we're going to switch to Spotify, which means I'm going to play some music, but I'm going to have to talk over it because I don't have license rights for this. But suffice to say, we have our LectroFan Micro 2s paired, and we have them also paired with my phone. So now I can play music and it's stereo. So either of these speakers, and they're actually playing different music. So the further apart I spread them, the more I get that sort of stereo effect. And of course I have the controls on the unit, so I can pause and play, and I can go to the next track and all sorts of things like that. So simple, easy to work with, and if I'm a little quiet, you can hear this one. So it's a really nice little sound. Now, to be fair, not a lot of bass, but not a lot of speaker. These are so small and so light. They're really great for travel. But one of the really, really important things is they also are really good sleep sound machines. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn one off, and you can turn one off if you need to charge it or something. That's totally fine, because then the other one will just keep playing. So if I just go back to play, it'll just switch to mono mode, which is really helpful if you have two of these in your home office, but you only want to take one when you travel. Totally fine. Now, let's actually switch to sleep sounds. And all I have to do for that is the slider switch. And it gets pretty loud. So I'm on this ocean sound. So let's get that nice and loud. So that's maximum volume. And the idea is that this masks other sounds. So I find these fantastic in hotel rooms. And the idea that I could have two, like one by the window and one by the door or on either side of my bed or something, it's just a fantastic thing. And this is one of the ocean sounds. So one of the important things that LectroFan brings to this is they have non-looping sounds. So if I just let this play for 20 minutes, you wouldn't hear it like suddenly stop and then start again and then stop and then start again. A lot of the really inexpensive sound machines tend to do that, and that's not really a great sound because you're ending up listening and waiting for that loop. These are non-looping sounds. It obviously is a Bluetooth speaker. You can pair two of them. They have a built-in microphone, so you could actually use this in a pinch. You could use this for a phone call, or you could use this as a Zoom call where it's on your laptop. This is giving you the sound, and these speakers, or these microphones I should say, are actually letting you give sound to the other person. Possibly not the best sound, but it's worth experimenting to see how it works versus your built-in microphone. Rechargeable battery, and this is what I really, really like about these. I have previous generations of LectroFan portable units, and they had like 6 to 8 hours of battery life, which just wasn't really enough. These will run for 40 hours in sleep mode or 20 hours in Bluetooth mode. So what that means is if you're on a quick business trip and you have 2 nights in a hotel or something, charge this before you leave, and then when you turn it on when you're ready to go to sleep and you turn it off when you wake up, you're going to be good to go for both nights without ever having to hassle with charging it. What a huge improvement. Really, that extended life for the battery is a big deal. It was something that I always, was frustrated by with the older unit. So 40 hours on a charge, pretty sweet. Now, it's also just USB-C, so I have tons of USB-C cables that I can plug into my computer or a wall charger for a phone or whatever, and then plug this in. So if it runs out, I can always add some part charge to it anyway. But 40 hours, dang. So it has 11 different sounds. It has 5 fan sounds, 4 white noise sounds, and 2 ocean sounds. And I'm not going to demonstrate them all because it probably isn't going to add much value here, but I will tell you the names of them because I love the names. So there is dark brown, brown, darker pink, pink, large fan, industrial fan, mellow fan, low, attic fan, vent fan, and then both ocean and surf sounds. Now I want to know who decides that this particular sound is it's more darker pink than just pink. And that one, I think we're just going to call that brown. So all the different color noises are actually really there. I think the names are pretty funny. But the idea that you have all these different choices and you can just sort of try different ones to get to what's your favorite, that is a big win. That's really nice. Now, 2 things I also noticed is that there's no sleep timer, and I think that's partially because it has such fantastic battery life. But if you want to be able to like set this up for 1 hour in the baby's room and then it's just totally quiet, these don't have a sleep timer. But imagine when you're traveling and you want to put the baby to have a nap while you want to like maybe sitting in the other room or something. This is a perfect way for you to give them some nice soothing sounds so that they're not just laying there listening to people talking and crying because they're not in the middle of everything. Been there, done that. It also has no audio out or audio in jack, but there's no reason for it, right? You know, this is something that you use as an accessory to a source device. So again, arguably a limitation, maybe not a limitation. In terms of dimensions, it's 2 inches by 2 inches by 2 inches. It's basically just a cube that's just been rounded off. And it's 3.6 ounces. It's ridiculously small and light. And I really like this whole sort of twist to get the speaker down. And honestly, if you can't find space for that in your luggage, you're probably traveling too heavily. So that's easy to work with too. And that's really everything. I've given you sounds, I've let you hear it. We've seen how to do the pairing and how to then connect it with the phone. Yeah, I had a little hiccup with the Apple Music app, but then when I switched to a different app, everything worked fine. So I don't really know what's going on there. Who knows? Maybe the Apple app or Apple Music app needs to be restarted. So it happens, right? We've all been there. So what we need to talk about is we need to talk about the price. But before we get to the price, I do want to ask if you could subscribe to my channel. I give clear, candid, and honest reviews. I'll tell you the good, I'll tell you the bad, so you can really trust me. I'm going to be a straight shooter with you. So subscribe. Click on that subscribe button. Click on the bell icon to turn on notifications. And if you found this review helpful, useful, and interesting, then go ahead and give me a like and or thumbs up. Really appreciate when you do that. Excellent. These are the LectroFan Micro 2 sound machines, and they are available in white or black. I've seen pictures of blue and red, but I suspect those might be just Micro 2, not Micro 2 Plus. And the Micro 2 Plus has a slightly re-engineered USB-C port to make it a little tougher, so that's a good thing. Anyway, so black or white, and it's $34.99 at Amazon.com per unit. Now, you can just get one and you'll be perfectly happy, and it's a really slick little device. I really like these. But if you get two, it's even that much more cool. So perfect stocking stuffers if it was Christmas time, but generally, what a great birthday present for somebody. So definitely something worth checking out. I think I'm going to go back and try to figure out what's going on with Apple Music. So I'll have to catch you in my next video.